Hello there and welcome to the Bicycle Diaries, and welcome to the first ever Jolly Good Velo meetup ride. Unfortunately, the weather is not playing ball today, even though it's early August and you could reasonably expect some dry weather. But no, it's been raining all night and raining all morning. I think we just about got away with it now, which is why I've driven over here from my house, even though it's only 5 kilometers. Hopefully when everyone gets here, it will be nice and dry, or at least stop raining, and then we can go off and do our ride. Alright, thanks for coming this morning.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Who chose this weather?
Oh God, terrible, isn't it? Alright, let's go.
I included jokes in the clip.
Well, here we go. Never expected quite so many people to turn up.
Although the rain had stopped, it was raining so hard the night before that it had caused some localised flooding, making riding in places a little bit dangerous. But once we were out on the more country lanes, it seemed to be a bit better.
So today we're out doing the Buns Benton Hoe route. I think that's probably because it's one of the routes that everyone wants to do.
Because many of the people on the ride didn't know the route, I had to take the lead and show the way, which unfortunately also meant that I kind of got caught up in the moment and didn't film quite as much of it as I would have liked. Thankfully though, a couple of people were still filming, so a massive thank you to my cycling chums Brian and Louis for their footage that they gave me and that you will see in quite a lot of this vlog. Luckily for us, the sun came out and it started to brighten up a little just as we were going up what I call the Hoegate Hall, which is a 5 kilometre climb up to the top of Grenville Hill. As we were riding along the ridge, we had some nice views across the Meon Valley, but unfortunately this was also where the punctures started. I understand that there was a puncture somewhere near the back of the group, so that kind of fragmented it a little bit, and then I myself punctured on the descent of Grenville Hill into the village of Hambledon, about halfway along a narrow little road. And because there were quite a few people with me and it wasn't the safest place to stop, I instructed everyone to ride on into the village of Hambledon and stop in a little car park, as it was going to be much safer, and there we could regroup and start the ride again. And yes, typically just after we regrouped and rode through the village of Hambledon up the climb to the Bat and Ball, it started raining again. Thankfully it wasn't torrential, but it was enough to put a little bit of a damper on things. The climb up to the Bat and Ball is a little testing, and because we had people in the group with varying levels of ability, it took a little while before we were all back together again. But once we were, we set off down the descent of Broad Halfpenny Down into the village of Clanfield. But unfortunately, this is where Brian, Louis and myself completely ran out of footage. So yes, unfortunately, that means you're going to have to put up with me describing what happened on the rest of the ride. From there, we rode the 3 kilometre gentle descent of Downhouse Lane, and we did another further 4 kilometres or so, and we ended up back in the car park in Denmead. The plan then was to go out and do another 10 kilometre loop, which would have taken us about 40 minutes or so, and then we would have gone to the pub and had a meal together, which was booked for about an hour's time. But unfortunately, somebody had a puncture literally in the car park as we were all waiting to regroup, and by the time they'd finished repairing it, it was too late for us to go on the extra bit before the booking at the pub. So all we did was went to the pub and had a nice meal and a few drinks together. So again, thank you very much for everyone who came on the ride. I really appreciate everyone turning up in the rain. A massive thank you to my cycling chums Des, Helly and Tel for kind of helping out on the ride, and a massive thank you to Brian and Louis for the footage when I wasn't filming at all. And if you're interested, Louis has his own YouTube channel, which is really good. He specializes in filming bike rides using the one of these 360 cameras. So if you've got time, go over to his channel, check it out. It really is very good. I'll leave a link in the description below. But there we go. That was the first ever Jolly Good Velo meetup ride. Hopefully I'll be doing one again in the not too distant future, and hopefully the weather that time will be a lot better. Thanks for watching.